Welcome back, Capricorn. And thank you for joining me for your April 2020 ASMR Tarot Forecast. This month, I'll be using the White Witch Tarot to clarify, and I will be using the Marigold Tarot for the main portion of the reading. And I also have this very beautiful piece of chrysocolla with malachite inclusions. It's really cool. It's very vivid blue and green. And then on the back you can see the unfinished side. I love it very much. It's very smooth, even on the unfinished parts. And of course, my campfire candle that is sadly getting smaller and smaller. I hope that I'll be able to go to the store soon so I can get a new one. It's been a big month, huh, Capricorn? Getting tongue-tied. I hope you're doing okay. A lot of people have been affected by what's going on right now. The quarantining, shelter in place. We've been sheltering in place. We haven't left the apartment in almost a week. But I've been getting a lot done, so I don't regret that. All right, Capricorn. Let's see what is in store for you for the month of April, because time does not grind to a halt just because of global disaster. This time has brought out some of the best in people, but it's also brought out some of the worst. A lot of my friends in essential service industries are talking about how horrible people are being to them. I really hate that. I hope you haven't been experiencing that too much. All right, Capricorn. Jumping cards all at once. There we go. Figure out what's going on. All right. Current position, Page of Rings inverse. So maybe you had just set up a 401k or something before all this happened, and now the stock market is in the toilet. Could be that you had just started a new job right before this happened, and now things are kind of uncertain. This is like an uncertainty with a new income source. And it's crossed by the Ace of Wands, which is all about your creative energy and your ability to act on that. Page of Rings could also just represent you in your current state, feeling kind of unsure, kind of inexperienced in what is currently going on. But you have a lot of creativity that can pull you through. In the past, we have the Two of Rings and it's reversed. So maybe this was a time in your life where you were very unbalanced, or it could have been a financial partnership that has ended. We have the Ten of Rings here in your current state. So actually, financially, it looks like you're doing pretty well right now. Whether that's because you had savings or whether you have just set yourself up in a recession-proof industry. There's a lot of reasons why you could be financially stable right now. And a lot of it has to do with your creativity, I feel like. In the future, the Ace of Rings. So here you go off into something new, even. It could be a new beginning. So it could be here what we have is the current cycle ending and a new cycle beginning is what it looks like. But even though there's a certain amount of turmoil associated with change and cycles, I don't get the sense that you're in a terrible place right now. It's just something cycling that you probably had already foreseen happening. Let's look at your place in the world. We have the Seven of Wands, which is all about feeling like you have to defend yourself from all sides. Who's the king of the mountain? It's me, right? This is the mirror that the world shows back to you. It's the Queen of Cups and it's in the reverse. So maybe you are too closed off from your emotions. Or inversely, maybe you are talking about your feelings a lot. You're either too closed off or you're communicating with people around you too much about your feelings. All right. Here's your hopes and fears. It's the Four of Wands and it's the reverse. Four of Wands could be a marriage card, so maybe you're afraid you're never going to get married, but it could also be afraid that you'll never have your happily ever after situation. All right, and here we have the goal or destiny. It's the King of Wands and it's in the reverse. This could be a fire sign person in your life that you are currently at odds with, or this could mean there's a fire sign person coming into your life and they're not here yet. They won't be here in the month of April. Or this could be related to this Ace of Wands being your energy and having a creative spark come that puts you into this. Maybe you have this new position, but this creativity doesn't come with it until after April. It'll be after April's over. And here we have the final outcome, and that is the Hierophant. And this is about sticking to your high moral ground, possibly related to this Seven of Wands situation, feeling like you have to defend yourself. All right, so I want to find out more about this King of Wands. I want to find out more about this Page of Rings, and I want to find out more about this Queen of Cups reversed. Hierophant could also be, depending on your spiritual path, if you are training to be in the clergy, any kind of clergy situation. All right, let's clarify some things here. So, I have taken the liberty of drawing the planetary and astrological correspondences on these cards from the Brotherhood of Light deck that I used last month for the March readings. And so they're a little bit different. So if you notice that, that's why it's like that, and it wasn't something that the original author put on there. That's something I put on there for my own use. Now I say that not as a caveat or as an apology, but just so that you'll know that that's something I did all by myself. No one told me to. I take a lot of liberties with my decks, depending. I have a Voyager deck, which I haven't ever used for the monthly readings. I don't really use it to read with. I use it for meditation and spell work. And I cut the edges off so that all the collages can like run together. And I like using it that way. Sorry, somebody's walking through the room. It's kind of distracting. All right. Switch these? No, just start over here. Okay. This Queen of Cups reversed. We have Justice. Alright, so maybe there's some kind of like emotional state that you've been closed up about, and now everything is getting resolved around that. The Fool. You're going to have to let go of that emotional baggage. This is all about going into a situation with your eyes and mind open without a lot of preconceived notions. And we have Temperance. So keeping a balanced perspective outside of your emotional states. Although the Temperance card here does have something to do with love, something to do with cups. All right, and the Page of Rings next. What is this situation about? Strength. So, needing to play to your strengths. The Empress. This is a divine feminine creative energy. And something that you'll be able to tap into. That could be that Ace of Wands a little bit too. And the Tower card. So this is a very destructive change that will lead to new things. All right, the King of Wands reversed. What is this about? The Lovers. This could be somebody who's a love interest coming into your life, or it could be about a choice that you have to make. Judgment. So, again, something to do with a choice, something to do with feeling like people are judging you. We have the Hermit. So, being shut away from all of these things, putting enough emotional distance between yourself and everything that's going on to be objective about a situation. Yeah, so I definitely sense that this King of Wands is somebody that you'll be dealing with in the future, and that might be after the month of April. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Capricorn. I really appreciate you coming back for your April 2020 reading. And I hope to see you again in May for your next reading. Thank you so much.